In 1977, what was it really like to be a Star Wars fan? And how did I find and what did I do with Mark Hamill's phone number? You won't want to miss this. Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to the Roni Zone podcast. This is episode 4. I've got some great stories about what it was like to be a Star Wars fan in San Diego, California in 1977. And I'll tell you the unbelievable thing that happened when I found Mark Hamill's phone number in the actual phone book. And you got to stick around to the end because I'll share an interesting way that some people have discovered to wake up in a surprisingly refreshing way. It's very different. You got to check it out. So it was 1977. My parents were divorced, and I was living with my mom in San Diego. One afternoon, a friend of hers, probably my favorite friend of hers, mentioned there was this new space opera movie that they saw, and it was good and evil and spaceships and action-packed and funny and all that. And I absolutely had to see that movie. So we all went and saw the movie at a 70 millimeter theater. And so as we got seated, Mom sent me to go get popcorn and drinks. And when I came back and I opened the theater door, there it was, the massive Star Destroyer. Felt like it was flying over my head. And the fun, the action, the story, it was absolutely incredible, and it blew me away. And as time went on, living in San Diego, I ended up seeing the movie over and over and over at the old Valley Circle Theater. And it's gone now, but my memories live on. The impact of Star Wars was everywhere, even in haunted houses. True story. That October, the March of Dimes Haunted House had a few non-scary Star Wars recreations. The cantina scene was there. They recreated that. It was a full-size Princess Leia hologram. And it was a recreation of the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan lightsaber duel. Star Wars wasn't just a movie. It was a cultural takeover. And it was an incredible time to be alive. During that time, I went to Taft Junior High, and I hung out in the audiovisual department. I was channeling my inner George Lucas director. And one day I was telling the lady in charge how much I love Star Wars. And I'll never forget what she said. She said, "Oh, I grew up with Mark Hamill and his family." And I said, "What?" And then she said, "Oh yeah, their family's number is in the phone book." And I went, "What?" So I went straight to the school library. They had all the phone books everywhere. And so I checked it out, and yes, it was true. The actor who brought Luke Skywalker to life had a family phone number listed in the phone book. So I scribbled it down and I shoved it in my pocket. And I can tell you, I didn't pay one lick of attention in a single class for the rest of the day. And when I got home, I took out that magical piece of paper with the magical phone number on it. I took a deep breath, summoned the force, and dialed. It rang a few times, and then a nice lady answered the phone. "Hello?" And I said, hi, this is Jeff. I had a higher voice back then. I said, "Is Mark there?" And she said, "Hi, Jeff. No, I'm sorry. Mark is in England prepping for The Empire Strikes Back." I said another long what right about then. I said, "Okay, listen. Can you please tell Mark that Star Wars is the best movie ever and that he is the best actor ever?" And so she was very kind and replied to this junior high boy on the phone. She said, "That's so nice of you to say. Thank you, Jeff. I'll certainly let him know." And I said, okay, goodbye. Oh, and may the force be with you. I think she chuckled a little and we hung up the phone. I'll never forget that phone call, ever. And thanks to Mom and my favorite friend of Mom's for taking me to go see Star Wars. Thanks. Okay, so you, viewers, what are your memories of seeing Star Wars for the first time? Was it in a theater? Was it on VHS? Was it in a re-release in a theater? Was it streaming? What was your situation like? What was your memories like seeing Star Wars, maybe with A New Hope, maybe not, for the first time? Leave your thoughts and stories down in the comments. Thanks. Okay, we all have favorite songs, but I want to talk about great covers of those great songs. Okay, Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka is an amazing song. But what is my favorite cover version of it? That would be from Fiona Apple. See, back in 2013, Chipotle released an animated commercial, and it was called The Scarecrow. And it was to get people to think about getting and eating real food. And so it was really kind of an inventive way to do a commercial for their food, their fast food restaurants. It was really kind of an incredible way to get people to come to their restaurant and eat real food. That was their push at that point. So anyway, Fiona Apple recorded a haunting, beautiful cover of Pure Imagination for the commercial. And it's really an interesting take on the song and marrying it to the animation. So I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can check it out, but I think you should. So here's another version I got to slip in there, cover version of Pure Imagination. And it's by the Jersey Surf Drum and Bugle Corps 2017. It's really a powerful, emotional wake-up moment for the Drum and Bugle Corps as they prepare for DCI competitions. That's really tough. And so they have this moment where they're all sleeping on a gym floor, and then they have the part of the band coming up on risers, and they play this song to wake them up. And it's really kind of a time when they can kind of get their zen before they go into competition. And it's just a gorgeous rendition of the song. So I'm going to leave a link to that in the description, and I think you should check it out. All right, I got a request. I know this was a very Star Wars heavy episode, so please subscribe and or share this episode, especially with Star Wars fans. And you may even want to share it with Star Trek fans too. All right, that's episode 4. Unfortunately, I did not get to talk to Mark Hamill, but I did talk to the woman who raised him. So basically, I'm a Jedi now. But she was great. She was really, really nice. Anyway, this is Jeff. See you next time.